See joy, I see grace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see a beauty that's in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace. I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel good in everything. I feel like peace, I feel freedom. I feel joy surrounding me. Action in life brings. I feel good in everything. I know joy, I know peace. I know goodness surrounding me. I know that's in everything. Happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in my weakness. I know God's in everything. I know God's in everything. I know God in everything. Right. Good morning and happy Sunday, everyone. I am Brandi Pagano, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to our High Desert Center for Spiritual Living Sunday celebration service. Let's take a moment to thank Joyce Lindsay for our beautiful floral arrangement. Joyce is watching online. Thank you so much, Joyce. We love you and we appreciate your service here. Every month, Joyce color coordinates the theme, and this is Father's Day, so we celebrate Father's Day in the month of June. But I love, love, love the blue flowers, and the sunflowers are my favorite too. So thank you, Joyce. And now it's time for handshakes and hugs. For this next song, those who choose to participate are welcome to walk around, dance, greet each other, exchange a handshake or a hug. And if you don't feel comfortable touching, you can simply give a namaste to acknowledge the oneness in each other. And if you don't feel comfortable, you can sit in your seat. So enjoy as the choir sings. What are we singing today? We Are Family. So get up and have fun if you choose. Thank you. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Everyone can see we're together as we walk on by. And we fly just like birds of a feather. I won't tell no lie. All of the people around us, they say, can we be that close? Just let me state for the record, we're giving love in a family dose. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it now. Our family. Yeah. Get up, everybody, and sing. Sing it to me. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. Living life is fun, and we've just begun to get a share of this world's delights. Hi. I hope we have for the future and our goals in sight.
No, we don't get depressed. Here's what we call our golden rule. Have faith in you and the things you do. You won't go wrong. Oh no, this is a family jewel. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. Sing it too. We are family. Yeah, yeah. And up everybody and sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my sisters with me. We are family. Get up, everybody, and sing. We are family. I got all my brothers with me. Sing it now. We are family. Take it home. I got everybody and sing.
Then we go to the choir loft. Thank you, thank you. Oh man, that was a lot of fun. Woo. So good morning, everyone. Now that our blood's pumping, we're all up and ready to go. We're here, we're present, we are grounded in our bodies. So we are an all-inclusive center of love, where we recognize and celebrate each person as a divine and unique expression of the one spirit in all. Together, we are co-creating a world that works for everyone. We teach and embody the science of mind principles to support our core values of love, healing, spiritual growth, oneness, abundance, service, and diversity. Welcome home. And thank you to those joining us online today as well. We are so happy that you're here. Now I invite you all to please join me in reading our opening community affirmation. It's in your program on the left-hand side. This is what your program looks like. And it's also up on the monitors. Thank you, Nick. And I invite you to take a breath with me so we really ground into this. I know we took it up real high, but now we're going to bring it down a little low, settle in. And I know with asthma and allergies, I need to take this breath. And may we embody these words as our truth. We may begin. I believe in one power, one living spirit, one indestructible, absolute, and self-existent cause. I believe that spirit expresses through me and is the unity of all life. I believe that all thought is creative and that how I choose to think creates my personal experience. And so it is. Well, I already know the answer to this question, but is there anyone joining us for the very first time here today? If so, please raise your hand so we can welcome you. Thank you so much. That is incredible. Not to scare y'all, but we love new members because as you see, we are one big happy family. And if you don't already have a welcome packet, you can get one at the concierge table or the welcome table, sorry, out in the garden room. And again, welcome. Thank you for bringing your consciousness with you today. So I have some announcements for you guys since you're new. We have a texting service where we send out our HDCSL affirmations and updates regarding services and any upcoming events. If you would like to join this no-cost service and receive our messages, please text JOIN, that's JOIN, to 833-683-2356. The information is up on your monitors as well. And as a reminder, you can reply to any of these messages or send a message out. We do receive them. It's a live person. It's me. And so if you have any questions about the center or if you'd like to send in a prayer request, I will pass that over to the minister and our prayer team as well. Another great service we have here at the center is our dial-up inspirational line. You can call anytime, day or night, to hear a pre-recorded message from our practitioner team, including Reverend Michael. And that number is also up on your monitors, but it is 760-515-6771. And remember to check back often as this message is updated regularly. And I know I personally call in all the time and listen to it, so no one's going to answer it. It's okay. You can call anytime, day or night. And now it's time for our regular announcements. Any of our announcements for any upcoming events are in our program each week. So this is what it looks like. Every week we have a different colored insert. We have all of the events on the front and affirmations on the back to take home with you. So that's yours to use throughout the week. And current events happening at our center can also be found online through our social media accounts on Facebook and Instagram. And we have a monthly calendar that we have on our website as well. And you can find these pages by looking up the information on your screen. It has all of our handles on there. It's a little small, but if you have any questions on finding us, just call the office or text any of those numbers. And since it's the first Sunday of the new month, that means it's Birthday Sunday. If you have a June birthday, please raise your hand so we can celebrate you. And I know we also have a very special 80th birthday that we would like to celebrate as well. So please join me in singing happy birthday to Mary Franklin and all of the June birthdays.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, everyone. Thank you for choosing to be here. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, we do. Mary has been a part of this center for quite a while now, and we appreciate your service. Mary has been a longtime practitioner, and we love you so much, Mary. Happy 80th birthday. Mary is one of my special. Good. It's not Sunday if we're not crying in here, you know? Good, happy tears all the time. Happy tears all the time. Happy tears, happy tears. Every day, I think it's good to cleanse and cry every day. It's kind of a running joke in my house. Side note: how long can Brandi last without crying in the morning? Sometimes it's like 6 a.m., but who cares? That's me. I love life, and as Reverend Michael was saying in our prayer circle, that zest for life is definitely here at High Desert Center for Spiritual Living. So today, after service, everyone is welcome to join us in the fellowship hall for cake and potluck. And thank you to those who brought some yummy food for potluck today, too. Also, let us show our gratitude for the kitchen and hospitality team because every week they prepare our goodies, they put our potlucks together, they prepare our cake and pizza. So let's give it up for the kitchen and hospitality team. Thank you so, so much. Thank you. Thank you. They take care of the setup, the prep, the cleanup every week for us. And we also now have a jar in the fellowship hall where we are taking separate donations to put towards the kitchen supplies for our pizza, our lunches, our cakes and goodies and such. And if you would like to put a couple bucks in the jar sometime, we would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And thank you for Allie for helping with everything that you do as well. After potluck today, all are welcome to join us back here at noon for our LGBTQ plus conscious conversations with Reverend Michael and the Rainbow Alliance team. We also will be welcoming our guest speaker, author George Melton, to share his new book, A Journey into Healing. And we actually have two of his books right here, and they are available in the bookstore after service. So go ahead and check those out if you would like to. Angie's in the bookstore today, and she'll help you find those if you need help. George has been featured on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and our beloved Louise Hay says of George Melton, "Join the ranks of those who have moved through the valley of the shadow of death and walk in the sunshine of life once again." So thank you, George. And now on to a few quick reminders. At the concierge table, there's a sign-up sheet for our family barbecue fundraiser in July, so make sure you sign up for that. And every Tuesday, we have Tai Chi with Chris at 11:30 right here in the sanctuary. This is a donation-based offering. All are welcome to attend. Tai Chi is good for your body, your mind, and your spirit. I've personally been using Tai Chi with Chris for about a year and a half now, and I see the benefits in my mind and body connection and how I'm able to live and move and have my experience here so much easier and so much better with the principles of Tai Chi. So thank you, Chris, and I invite you all to join. Grief Circle happens every Thursday from 2:30 to 4, and you can find more information at the concierge table. And if you have any questions, please see Lori or Angie. Could you guys please raise your hand so people can know too? This is our practitioner, Lori and Angie. So if you have any questions about our Grief Circle, please see them. Karaoke and game night with Steve Colucci and the Fun Crew is back. I lost my place here. Oh, goodness. Well, I know when it is. It is this Saturday, June 10th from 6 to 9. And it's a lot of fun. And I think I'm probably going to be bringing some ice cream. So if anybody wants to participate in a little ice cream bar or something, come over to the center Saturday from 6 to 9 for karaoke and games. You're more than welcome to bring snacks or any games that you would like to play as well. Next Sunday, June 11th, after service, we have our board meeting with salad and pizza at 11:30. All are welcome to attend. Our last meeting ran a little bit over, but there was a lot of things that were necessary to discuss. So this month's meeting will be our regularly scheduled length of time. And the financial reports and other meeting documents will be posted in the hallway leading to the fellowship hall before the meeting. So if you would like to view those before the meeting, look them over, see if you have any questions, please do so. And after that meeting next week, you are welcome to meet us back in the sanctuary for our sonic sound healing experience at 12:30 with Eddie and Amethyst of High Desert Healing 760. This is a love offering. All donations are welcome. The suggested donation is $25. However, all are invited to stay for the event. And as a reminder, we have our Father's Day baked goods auction happening Sunday, June 18th, right after service. Let's see if the women can beat the men this time. We do this every year. This is part of our annual fundraising events that we have. We do a bake sale for Mother's Day and for Father's Day. And my next event is for Reverend Michael. Reverend Michael is offering Prosperity Plus 3 class again here starting June 25th. And you can find flyers at the concierge table or see Reverend Michael if you have any questions. I know it's a little hard to read on the screens, but we do have flyers out in the concierge table. And also, we have a new account on a Meetup app, and we will share more information about that later. So we're really branching out and really sharing so many ways that people can connect to our center. So thank you all for participating in all of those ways. And that's it for announcements. Thank you so much for listening. We have a lot going on here. And now I welcome our practitioner of the day, Lori Smith, to come up, please.
Thank you, Brandi. Please join me as we read together Dr. Ernest Holmes' promises. They are on the front page of your program and on the screen. Here we go. I keep the promise that I have made myself to affirm in this moment that I am abundant, healthy, strong, and happy. I keep the intention to daily speak this truth to my inner soul, telling it that it is wonderful and marvelous, that it is one with the great cause of light, truth, power, and action. I whisper these things into my soul until it breaks forth into songs of joy with the realization of its limitless possibilities. I assure my soul. And now for our contemplation time. You may close your eyes for Color My World.
Lori's going to be playing alto flute for this one. Ready?
Now, Anka George will join me in lighting the flames of faith. We perform the Flames of Faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all beings come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. The unity candle represents the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the first candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the second candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the third candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the fourth candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the fifth candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the sixth candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the seventh candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the eighth candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the ninth candle, acknowledging all forms of new thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principle. We light the 10th candle for inclusivity, affirming that all are welcome here. And as Annka lights the healing candle, please put silently into the light names of loved ones, knowing that they have the experience of Spirit's eternal love. And I invite you to close your eyes at this time as we move within. I recognize one source, one infinite intelligence, all knowing, all being. And this one life is our life now. We are open and ready for all of life's good gifts. And we may ask, what if all my dreams come true? What if? Because we live in a world of limitless possibilities. Peace, harmony, joy, and a zest for life is ours right now. I'm affirming this is so, and I give great thanks. I am so thankful for all the volunteers we have here at this center and your board of trustees and your practitioners who are here to serve you. And above all, let us bless Reverend Michael and his message today. May it lift you up, bring you great joy as we release this word, knowing it is heard, it is so, and all is well. And together we say, and so it is.
We'd like to have the choir come up, and we have a very wonderful song. Reverend Michael's going to help us sing this one too. This is from the play and the musical called Rent. It's called Seasons of Love.
Hundred 25,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in months, laughter and strife. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year in the life? How about love? How about love? Oh, how about love and love? Seasons of love. Seasons of love. There's 25,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? In daylights, in sunsets, in midnights, in cups of coffee, in inches, in miles, laughter and strife. 525,600 minutes. How you measure here in a life? How about love? How about love? How about love? Seasons of love. Seasons of love. Seasons of love. 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year? 525,600 minutes. How do you measure a year?
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you, choir. Thank you, Reverend Michael. And thank you, Lori, for that practitioner portion. That prayer treatment was just very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. So you may or may not know, but the first Sunday of every month, we have an in-house speaker share. Last month, we had Chris. The month before, we had Emily. And today is my day, so you get to hear me talk some more. So there was a couple of questions that I was asked, all of us are asked, and I will answer those. And hopefully you get a little bit of more idea of what the center is about. And So, my name is Brandi. Y'all know my name. I wear many hats around here, like most of us do, but my main title is Administrative Coordinator, which consists of running the office, the finance department, managing the bookstore with Judy, and I'm also part of various teams such as the cleaning crew, the maintenance crew, hospitality committee, the fun crew, and I also lead the events and marketing department. Although I am a paid employee for some of those things, I love giving back and sharing my time, my talent, and my treasure as support and appreciation for this center as well. My son and I have been volunteering since we first came here, and it's really given us a sense of belonging and purpose over the years. I first heard about the Center for Spiritual Living way back in March of 2003 when some of my friends got married here. I didn't know anything about it, but I just heard about it. And it wasn't until the Healthy Spirit Fair in 2015. So all those years, it was like the center was in my mind, but I didn't really know anything about it. When I came to the Healthy Spirit Fair in 2015, it really propelled me further on my spiritual journey because of the people I met and some of the experiences I had just from that day. I found people who thought like me, people who saw life the same as me, and I felt welcomed. I felt seen. I felt like I wasn't alone, and I felt like my tribe was out there. I didn't know it was here, but I knew that it was somewhere at the time. It wasn't until 2 years later, in April of 2017, at another Healthy Spirit Fair, that I would come back to the center, and I have been here ever since. Science of Mind teaches the unity of all life. Science of Mind teaches that ideas and intentions flow through a field of universal consciousness, which we call mind, which directly affects and co-creates the world around us and determines our experiences. This idea is supported by many teachings in religion, psychology, and quantum physics. We know that God is all there is and that we are a direct, individualized expression of God. We are manifestations of spirit incarnated in human form, and we know that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. And through my personal experiences, since I have adopted the Science of Mind principles and practices, which there is a class for that, by the way, I have come to realize more and more how our beliefs directly affect the outcome of our experiences. I use affirmations, affirmative prayer, which is what we also call 5-step spiritual mind treatment, and other tools and practices to help me have a better experience here on planet Earth. How I have used this philosophy to change my life? Well, I have strengthened my meditation practice and cultivated more self-love than ever before, and a deeper understanding about life and my relationship to it. And I now have a love for life that I never even knew was possible for me. I have met so many wonderful people. I love the family that I was into and raised by, but I have gained a family here beyond my wildest dreams. This center has given me a place to feel safe, to be seen, to be appreciated and valued, and truly be loved for exactly who I am, and to be understood. The relationships I have gained here from being a part of this center are ones of love, of unity, compassion, and a desire to grow and assist each other in that process of growth. That's what we do here. I have had the pleasure to work with, study under, and learn from some of the most incredible teachers, and I am truly, truly grateful. I love working with the office and kitchen staff, the choir, and Chris. I love the social aspect of this center and all of my friends, my brothers, and my sisters. I love being part of the Sunday service team and getting to co-create our celebration services and events. Because of the growth that I have gone through since coming to this center and adopting a metaphysical approach to life, I am grateful to say that I am no longer that shy and fearful person I once was. So we're all learning and growing. That doesn't mean that this is without challenge. You know, I used to be so shy. I used to not know anything about public speaking. Not to say that I'm very good at it, but I'm learning and developing just like we all are. And I'm no longer suffering with chronic illness and cancer, suffering from anxiety and depression, and I am no longer in need of a walker. I have been empowered in ways that I never knew possible, and it's because of this center, this philosophy, and everyone here. I got to co-author a book about mindfulness and the power of our personal mind. I get to co-host my own podcasts and web shows. I get to lead workshops and retreats. I get to practice it with a loving audience, thankfully. I get to work with small local businesses and empowering other women. And before the pandemic, I became a mindfulness practitioner, teaching students and staff in public school the practices and methods to take ownership of their thoughts and their emotions, and to help them gain a better outlook and experience on life. And that was something that I never thought that I could do, but I did it. And it was very, very meaningful and very impactful right before the pandemic. And a lot of the students and staff really used those tools and practices to help them to get through those hard, challenging times that we all went through. But the best part about all of this is that I get to do this with my son. The first time we came to a Sunday service in 2017, he was 6. Midway through the service with Reverend Doug, he pulls me closer and he whispers in my ear, "Mom, I like it here. Can we come back?" And here we are. We've been ever since. So thanks, buddy. He's told me I'm the best mom ever, every day of our lives, and he truly means it. And what a gift to be raised with this teaching and examples if we all had this growing up. But we're right where we are now. So one of my favorite quotes is, "Start where you are, use what you have, and do what you can." And you're doing that today. So thank you for showing up. And as Dr. Ernest Holmes says, change your thinking, change your life. And with that, I will simply close with, I love you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for choosing to be here today. Happy full moon. Happy Pride. Namaste. Thank you. And now I welcome Reverend Michael for his talk titled A New York Minute. Thank you.
So, what an amazing center High Desert CSL is. We have about 400 centers and centers for spiritual living, mostly in the United States, but we're going global. We have them overseas now in many countries. But the center that speaks to my heart right now is this center. And there's a saying, I think, in life, and I know in ministry, this comes from Reverend Eunice Chalfont of Center for Spiritual Living, Palm Springs, where I'm also a staff minister. And Reverend Eunice said, my heart was kind of breaking because I left the Palm Desert Center. And then I was at Palm Springs. And then I came to High Desert. And there's a lot of family connection and friends. And there was loss. And there was also joy at opening up and in feeling that hurt in my heart. And then Robert Wilson, assistant minister at Palm Springs, said, Michael, you know, when your heart is hurting, it's really opening. And that's a process of healing. That hurt is really the healing process of opening up to a greater love than we've ever known, to a greater presence than we've ever made present in our life, and to a greater appreciation of each moment in life. Yes, we appreciate our past and our history and our family. Yes, we hold visions of what's yet to be. And the visions we hold in the right here and now of today create the visions of what's yet to be here and now. And so we learn from the past, we bring the future into this present moment by visioning in this present moment, by setting an intention in this present moment, and mostly by being present where we are. Not just present in this center, not just present in Apple Valley, but present in the centeredness of the spiritual truth that we each and all are. Yes. Yes. You want to do some church business? One, our slide said 12:30 for Conscious Conversations, which is about healing. Physical, mental, spiritual. It's about healing on a divine level. It's going up at noon. So that's going to be at noon, not at 12:30. And the other thing I wanted to address, because some of our slides and some of our verbiage today, which is all good, use the word God. And I know we have new people here today, and they said, we're not looking for traditional teaching. We're not looking for the fundamental. We've had that. And we're looking to expand on that and express ourselves in a new way and be present in ourselves in a new way and experience spirituality in a new way. And we're a new thought teaching because we think about things in a new way. And what we think about, we bring about. And what we bring about is a new way of seeing and being and becoming. That is empowerment. That is self-empowerment. That is the empowerment of I am the power of presence in this moment, in this second, in this minute. I am the power of Spirit's presence. That's who we are. That's what we came here to be, and that is what is ours to do in our own individual way. And so I like to move that word God into, and Ernest Holmes would be with it. Be with us on that. He's the founder of our teaching. He also co-founded AA. And Ernest would say he called it the thing itself because he didn't want to define it. He didn't want to put a limit on it. He didn't want to put a box on it. He didn't want to put it in the sky with a guy in a beard and a throne. He didn't want to put it there. He wanted to put it within us. You know, there's this great story. I'm going to get to the talk any minute now. There's this great story. There's this great story about when God created the universe and he created man. He didn't want man to discover spirituality, his true spirit essence, his oneness with heaven on earth, his oneness with the goodness and greatness and grandness of God's zest. And so he thought he wanted man to work at it. He wanted man to discover this presence within himself. And so God said, I'm going to hide it in the depths of the sea, and it'll be challenging for man to find it in the very, very depths of the sea. And they thought, no, man's going to create submarines and cameras that can go down 10,000 feet. So man's going to find it. I don't want him to find it there. And he thought, I'm going to hide it in the forest, in the trees, in nature, and all that. And he thought, no, I'm not going to hide it there because man's going to go to the nature and the seas. And then he said, I'm going to hide it in the heavens. Aha! How is an earthbound being going to get to the heavens? I'm going to hide it in the heavens. Man will have to work very hard. And then man created rockets and spaceships and international space stations where, thank goodness, people from all nations come together to share their knowledge, to share their energy. And then he thought, no, they're going to end up in the sky because I've created them to be free creators, co-creators. They can create anything and then create that. So I'm going to hide spirit where they're least going to find it. I'm going to hide that God presence where they're not going to see it. I'm going to hide that God presence within themselves. Within themselves. Because Spirit said the last place people look to find out who they are is within themselves. We look to the car we drive. We look to the house we live in. We look to the zip code we are from. You know, in heaven, there are no zip codes. In our heart, there are no boundaries. And I like to say of ministry, they asked us to come up with ministry, and I couldn't for 2 years. I have no idea. And then one day in an accounting class, go figure this, go figure from an accounting class, debits and credits, where I would find my motto for my ministry. I was going to skip that class because I have an accounting background, and CSL said you don't have to do an accounting class because you've got an accounting background. You can waive that class. And Ross said to me, don't skip any classes. I said, well, I know financing. He said, don't skip any classes. Take every one they have on that roster. And so I went to this very basic accounting class. And one day in class, in Seaside, between debits and credits, whoosh, the vision for my ministry dropped in. And the vision is worlds beyond borders, hearts beyond boundaries, and life beyond limits. Now, I never would have come to that if I had been looking outside or looking at what mottos are popular on TV. It came to me. Somewhere between debits and credits, things came into perfect balance. That balance of alignment, that balance of vibration and vibration. You know, I like to say many of us are looking for tribes to belong to. Because when we find a tribe to belong to and we feel safe in that tribe and we feel loved in that tribe and we feel lifted up in that tribe, then we can feel safe with ourselves. We can feel the love within ourselves and we can love that dream that we've always wanted to live. And so I'm not so sure about looking outside for tribes, but I am absolutely certain that when I feel the vibration within myself, and when that vibration is the vibration of love, then my vibration creates my tribe. My tribe does not create my vibration. My vibration creates my tribe. And so today's talk is a New York Minute. What's the vibe of this minute? What's the vibe of this moment? 525,600 minutes. How do you measure? Measure a year. One of the ways I measure a year is in the number of seconds. Not minutes, because I often don't take a minute to love myself. Whoa, that just hit home. I often don't take a minute during a day to love myself, but I'm doing much better at taking it a second at a time. This second. And I'm so grateful you're sharing the preciousness of a second with us today, the preciousness of a minute today, a preciousness of an hour today. I am so gifted and graced, and this center is so gifted and graced that we have 11 people here for the very first time. We are so gifted and graced by your presence. And so, how do we measure a year? You know, for myself, I measure a year. Oh, I
Turn it on.
turn it on. So I measure a year. I'm not quite getting the slides working.
There it goes.
There we go. And so here I just went through a moment. So I have to share, Nick and I have been exchanging emails. He's head in our tech booth. And there are things that I desire to evolve, and things are evolving rapidly. And so this week we were trying USB cables, and were they the right cable, and were they 80 feet? And if they're more than 15 feet, the signal's not right. And we're trying new cameras and new camera angles, and we're trying things. And at points that became a trying experience because things weren't working the way we intended. And yet Nick wrote me an email and I said, well, we're going to figure this out. We're going to keep, throwing spaghetti on the wall and something's going to stick. And he emailed me back this week. And at one point when I was getting frustrated, how are we going to make this work? I'm going to make this happen. And Nick wrote back and he said, it's all spirit. It's all good. And I thought, yes, it is. And it's so wonderful to hear that back. It's so wonderful to hear that feedback. When we put it out that it's all spirit, spirit's got it. Let's go, let's let go and have fun with this and let it go where it goes. But it's all about love. It's about loving what we do and loving who we are and loving where we are. And so I'm going to invite ourselves, because I don't take enough minutes to love myself, to say this together. And I'm going to invite us to take our arms and to don't hit anybody next to you. Take your arms, spread them wide, and hug yourself. And if you don't feel comfortable doing it, then really hug yourself. Really hug yourself through that uncomfortableness. And let's say together as we hug myself, I love myself the way I am. There's nothing I need to change. I'll always be the perfect me. There's nothing to rearrange. I love myself just the way I am. And so, how do we measure a year in a life? How about love unconditional? How about measuring it in terms of love unconditional? Our title is New York Minute. And our next slide, our title is New York Minute. Our talk theme is the timeless now. That timeless now, that space between the beats of our heart, that space between our thoughts, that space between this second and this second and this second, in between the seconds of this worldly plane, are infinite amounts of energy that flow to us in the timeless now, in the timeless now of this moment, in the timeless now of prayer and meditation and music and song, when we take the time to be present with ourselves. And so, in the timeless now is where we experience unconditional love and love unconditional. And that's our theme. Our title is New York Minute. Our theme is timeless now. And our talk principle, our science of mind principle, is love unconditioned. And so our affirmation today, we always do an affirmation, is I love myself the way I am. So I invite us to say that together. I love myself the way I am. I heard it here. Let's hear it downtown Victorville. I love myself the way I am. And let's hear this in the Ukraine and the Soviet Union. I love myself the way I am. And when I love myself the way I am, and I'm in that presence of love, that silence, that license of liberty of love, the license of liberty of love, then the entire world joins me in that energy. They join in. They become part of the tribe and the vibe of love. And so We do a wordsmith. Science of Mind talks about the license of the liberty of love. The license of the liberty of love. And where do we find that license of liberty of love? Where is that license of liberty of love granted to us? Where is that license of the liberty of love given to us? And it's not given to us, it's risen from within us. Nothing is given to us on this life plane. Everything arises from within us, from that universe within. And how do we connect with that universe within? How do we connect with those 525,600 minutes? How do we connect with a second of love, with that vibration of love? We do it by knowing that our license is in silence. Our license is in silence, and silence and license are the same letters. So give yourself the license of the liberty of love by entering that silence of that heaven within. And so, a New York minute, I went to the School of Visual Arts in New York for a year. I was a kid from Connecticut, Fairfield County, Connecticut. We wore ties to high school. It took years to get a jeans Friday. And boy, did the board and the PTA fight the students. We finally got once a month we could wear jeans on a Friday. I went to the School of Visual Arts in New York. I was in not a tie. Thank you, Jesus. I was not in a tie. I was in a sport jacket and nice slacks. And I found myself in a loft in New York City with 40 kids going to the School of Visual Arts, long hair, unshaven, unbathed for 3 days, sitting on the floor barefoot, and here I am in jacket and slacks. I never felt so out of place. I never felt it wasn't my tribe. But at the School of Visual Arts, they had a graphics department, they had a film department, they had all different departments, people expressing art, a music department, people coming to express who and whose they were. And the cool thing that I learned at Visual Arts, the amazing thing I learned at Visual Arts, we did it together as a team. I created a film. I made a student film, and somebody helped me with my graphics on my titles. Somebody helped me and lent me a camera. Somebody made music for my film. Oh my God. The film was called Outside of a Small Circle of Friends, and the film was about people coming together despite the tragedies of the moment. The whole school came together to support this kid who didn't fit in with being who he was, a filmmaker, telling stories, sharing stories of love. I never felt so loved. I never felt so loved as I did at the School of Visual Arts. And while I was there, one of the graphic arts students came up with a new theme for the School of Visual Arts. And that year, he created the striped donkey, and his theme was, to be good is not enough when you dream of being great. To be good is not enough when you dream of being great. And if you aren't dreaming of being great, why aren't you? Why aren't you dreaming of being great? Why are you not dreaming of being great? That's what we came here to do. That's what we came here to be. Einstein says we are not going to solve any of the issues of this life plane, any of the issues of this life plane from the consciousness that created the problem. The dreams we're dreaming are not big enough. And if the dreams we're dreaming are not big enough, it's because we're dreaming them ourselves and we're not inviting spirit into that dream. When we dream from that spiritual realm, when we dream from that spiritual energy, when we choose to dream and be aligned with the co-creative power of spirit, our dreams take flight into realms beyond anything we've ever imagined. They take flight and they manifest as physical healing. They take place and they manifest as co-creation on this life plane, things that we've never seen before. They take place as music that's never been heard before. And they take place at lives being lived on a level of harmony and equity and balance and love that has never been witnessed before on this life plane. So Eric Butterworth says this: we're looking at a metaphysical perspective here, the view and the vision and the vibe, the view and the vision and the vibe, the view and the vision and the vibe that we are coming to see and be and become is to come to see from a metaphysical perspective. And Butterworth says this: metaphysics is like a pane of glass, something to be seen through, not to be looked at. And when our panes of glass, our lenses get dirty, weighed down by the tarnish of this world and the tiredness of this world and the tautness of this world, we cannot see that spiritual vision. We begin to look at the window of this life plane that's gotten dirty. And when a window gets dirty and old and dusty and opaque, Then it becomes the object instead of the medium. Then we're looking at the dirty window instead of the view of heaven that's right beyond that window. If we would take time to clean that window pane, if we would clean that window pane, we'd stop seeing the dirty window and we'd see the view and the vision of this openness, of this crystal energy, this crystal light, this crystal clarity. And so when we pass on dirty windows to successive generations, they come to look through the window that we left them. They come to look through the window that we left them. You know, we're working on a legacy campaign here to leave a future for this center, to leave a future for successive generations. And the view and the window and the pane I want them to see through is a metaphysical window, a window of a dream that's bigger than any dream that anyone's ever dreamed before. We're making it happen. They're not making it happen, we're making it welcome. And so Robert Browning writes this of the ever-present light beyond. The ever-present light beyond. And you know, I like to see the word light, L-I-G-H-T, as love is God's healing truth. Or love is greatness. Greatness is healing truth. Let's move away from God, move into spirit, move into consciousness, move into vibration. And he speaks of our inner verse where spirit hid that energy, not in the sky or in the ocean or in the forest, but within ourselves. And Browning is just spectacular in this. And he speaks of our inner verse, our outer verse, and our universe. I mean, how cool is that? Our inner verse creates our outer verse, and our outer verse creates our universe. And here's what Browning says: truth is within ourselves. It takes no rise from outward things. Whatever you may believe, there is an inmost center in each and every one of us. And in that inmost center with each and every one of us is where truth abides in a fullness of love beyond the hems of this world. It's a baffling and perverting and presenting knowledge that unbinds us. It unbinds us and makes all seeming error become the arrow of our ways. Have you ever seen an error? An error that allows us to become the arrow of the way of the divine. There are no errors. We label it an error. Nick and I were labeling the wrong cables as an error. They were not an error. I ordered those from Amazon. Amazon did not make an error. They delivered the cable that I chose. And the process of delivering that cable, which did not work for our situation, you got to get this. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up. I come in today, and Nick goes, the cables aren't working, which we knew on Thursday. And he explained because they only carry a signal, our cameras only carry a wired signal for 15 feet, and we have 80 feet. So we learned. And so then Nick goes, but it's okay because I set up the camera so it's operating wireless. We didn't need those cables anyway. The camera operates wireless, and he set it up wireless. But we never would have discovered that greater good unless we'd gone through the error, seeming error of the wrong cables. We never would have found the arrow of divine guidance, which pointed us to wireless connectivity. And so that's the amazing thing Browning is talking about. That's what he's talking about. And he says, when the imprisoned splendor may escape, and that's that universal presence, that's that vibration of love. When it escapes, then it opens up entry for a light that is supposed to be without. The world thinks the light's without, and it's always within. And when we make it welcome, we don't need cables. We don't need to be tethered to tables. We're broadcasting wireless. And when we don't need the tethering to a fundamental tradition or to a new thought tradition, when we untether from all traditions, traditions can bring tarnish. And when we untether from all traditions and move beyond the tarnish of things that weigh us down and do not serve us, we enter into this presence of love. And there's an old Sufi saying, and I've used it before and I love it, and it's a perfect way to end this talk. You know, if our windows are tarnished, or we have metal cups that are tarnished, or our spirituality is tarnished, or our vision is tarnished, the tarnish of the errors, seeming errors of our ways, become the treasures of the way of divine guidance. If we can allow our tarnish to become our treasure, we discover within the power of Spirit's presence, which dreams us bigger than we've ever dreamed. It beams star beams down upon us that are brighter than have ever been seen in the sky before. And we come to know beyond knowing. The sky is not the limit. Our belief systems are. Be well. Stay conscious. Namaste.
Excellent. I invite the choir to come up. We have a song for you now. This is written specifically for this center. And it's called We Are All One. I can feel the love all around here beside me. Feel it in my heart and my soul deep inside me. Resonating higher and high. You and I are one, one with everyone. Love is all around. Tap into the sound. Right here in the center for spiritual living, you have found a home that is loving and giving. Lots of happy hugs and the smiles on the faces. We don't have a problem with gender or races. Throw your fears away. Love is here to stay. Friendship by the pound. Love is all around. You should know the man. Dr. Holmes was the founder. His philosophy, there is none that is sounder. God's in everyone. We are interconnected. Gratitude and fun. Don't get fun, get neglect. It's no mystery. Thinking is the key. Peace and harmony. Change the way you see. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. We are into helping and love and forgiving. You might hear some singing and praying and music. Just to be inside here is so therapeutic. You know that it's true. I can feel it too. What a place to be. Come on in and see. Friendly people here. Troubles disappear. Know that we are one. One with everyone. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one. We are all one.
Oh, my goodness. Wow, there's so much to unpack there. Thank you so much for that original song. I love it. It's one of my favorite songs. I love singing it because I'm a big cheese ball, but I sing it throughout the week all the time. And thank you, Reverend Michael, for your beautiful, beautiful, inspiring talk. I swear, I promise, I say this to you every week, but your talks just keep getting better and better. Not that they never were good, ever. No, no. But I think that we're all really grounding in this unifying experience that we're having. For all of our new members, we were without a permanent minister for a while, so we had a guest speaker every Sunday. And while those were really great, it's super, super special to have a minister here with us every week, coming to our functions and actually a part of our center. So let's give it up for Reverend Michael.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, choir. Now, this is our giving time. Please take a moment to join me in appreciation for this beautiful community and our science of mind philosophy. We know we live in an abundant universe. There is always more than enough to share and to spare. We use this time to open up the flow of abundance and circulate that energy with gratitude and love. Because we appreciate you and your contributions, we make it easy for you to give. In addition to placing your offering in the basket today, there are various ways that you can contribute to our center. You can use the Vanco app on your smartphone or tablet. You can also visit our website at high-desertscsl.org. To make a donation, select the donate button. You may also drop off your donation throughout the week or send it in by mail. We appreciate all the ways that you contribute to our center. And because of you, this service continues to be possible. So thank you. Now I invite our ushers to come forward, please, and we thank you for your service today as well. And now I invite everyone to please join me in reading aloud our Declaration of Affirmative Giving located inside your program and up on the monitors as well. Thank you, Nick. Divine love consecrates my gift. It goes forth to heal, prosper, and bless. It is evidence of my conviction that God is the source and substance of my supply. I joyously contribute to the vision of this spiritual center, knowing that it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
When you give, you will receive. It's a fact you can believe. Let it go and you will see. It returns abundantly. Repeat this promise from your heart. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and know your gift will do its part. Helping people from the start. God supplies us endlessly with a love that we can't see. But it's there, we know it's true. God is deep inside of you. Repeat this promise from your heart. I'm grateful, I'm thankful, and know your gift will do its part. Helping people from the start. God supplies us endlessly with a love that we can't see. But we know it's there, it's true. God is deep inside of you. And he is. She is.
The thing itself.
Exactly.
We began today with meditation and here at 9:30, and then we went into prayer circle a little before 10. And what dropped in for me this morning was we have choices in life. To let this be the first day of the rest of our life and rest in a life that's comfortable, rest in a life that we know. Or we can choose to let this be the best day of our life and make it a little better than yesterday. And that's good, better, more expansive, more unified with that oneness. Or we can let it be the first day of the zest of our life, the zestiness of spiritual music, the zestiness of a spiritual community, the zestiness of that love that is not hidden in the forest, it is not hidden in the sea, it is not hidden in the sky, it is hidden in you and me. And I know this offering of this center, this financial offering, is a revealing of each person who contributes today, of their time, of their tithe, and their talent, of a revealing of that spiritual energy that is no longer hidden within this community, that is no longer hidden within ourselves. It's been unleashed, untethered, and unbounded to express in so many ways. And I know this expression of your financial gift allows this center to steward this spiritual energy in form of money to do so much good within this center, beyond the walls of this center, beyond the regions of this community. Thank you for your gift. Thank you for your presence. And thank you for spending one of your 526,000 minutes with us today.
Hmm.
And so it is.
Thank you. Thank you, ushers, and thank you, Reverend Michael. Our practitioner team is here to serve you. The prayer request box is in the garden room under the picture of our founder, Dr. Ernest Holmes, and our practitioners' phone numbers are on the backside of your program. Please reach out to one of our experienced licensed practitioners for prayer, especially if you're going through a challenge in your life. They are here to know the truth for you. And although half of our prayer team is on vacation today, Lori is available after service for prayer support. And thank you to those who have joined us in person today and those joining us online live or watching the playback. We will see you next Sunday, June 11th, for another wonderful celebration service with Reverend Michael, followed by our board meeting and our sonic sound experience. So come back next week. And now let's all get up and make a circle to close out this beautiful celebration service with the peace song. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful week. See you soon.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Woo! Happy 80th birthday week. I hope we started off right for you.
It did. It did. And you know, more than 90 people left messages. My Facebook is my major community, to tell you the truth. And it's just been, I can't, 1% still do this. Is that Ross? Okay.